Hello everybody. Another video up here, which is going to be include astrology, but also what's going on with the current events and how you to help each other. How to first of all help yourself so you can understand how you to live into the reality. What's the reality though? What's going on with the issues with the reality? We're talking about reality on a high conscious level, where most of the people they're not aware of it. The reason that most of the people are not aware of it's before I begin with the astrology stuff. Um, it is about that inside of the person there is a kind of like a two different worlds. And what I mean, it's two different worlds, is first of all, inside of the person is this what we call soul, or we also call inner world. That inner world is the things that you know, things that you don't say to no one. That is the internal world of you, of everything that you want, everything that you like, everything that you know is right. It's not good, it's not bad, it is right. And that world, you want to be really, really happy, and there is always something missing, and you continue looking forward of what it's missing. A lot of the people think that the missing is something material like a bike, car, house, kids, wife, a family, which is normal, that's how we are. But is it the inner world is happy with the outer world? The outer world, usually, that is the part that it's also known of a lot of names. That one of the names that is a face mask. The face mask, that is the part when somebody is asking you about what's going on, and you, because of some reason, that could be a religious reason, that could be a professional reason, that could be a reason of any kind of it, you do not say the truth that is in the inner world. Since you don't get into that part, that truth of the inner world, you begin to have some conflicts. Those are internal conflicts between your inner and outer world. And that's a lot of the people, they are not in their internal peace. Internal, it's inside. So the other thing that in the outer world it is, that is, could be a religion, that it could be society, um, that could be culture, and so on. So in a basically you to go ahead and live in the society, you acting on the base not of your inner world, you acting on the base of everything else, because you have to right here to go and live with all this, and you abandon your internal self. A lot of the people who are in a spiritual and a soul relationships, once they get ignited, they put someone right here in this internal world, in this inner world, and they put this person in the pedestal. And when they put that person in there in the inner world, then what happens is they abandon themselves out. And when it does that, it creates a lot of issues. And it's the energies that goes on right now within the astrology that it's going on is about you to do something very, very special. It is a process where you're gonna learn how and what to balance within your inner world. How to do this balance so you can live into the reality that it's here in reality there is out in here. Because if you don't live in on your internal truth that it's come out and it explains everything, you basically living in two different realities. And the one reality is inside of you, and the other one is the alternative reality. Usually, this is alternative reality. You lie, you say the things, you pleasing people, you just kind of like don't say the things that you should say right in the first thing. But what's going on with this? What's that problem leads into it? That problem leads as if you're in your journey and you goes up and you're going up, what you do is if you follow it, your inner world within the truth, you will go straight up. If you will say this is the universe, if you're using your face mask, you're pleasing someone here, you create an alternative reality. If you go ahead and like somebody else, or you go ahead and abandon yourself because of some reason, or you go ahead and lie, and so on, so many reasons. So you're not going to be able for your lifetime to arrive where you need to arrive as the part of your destiny. And a lot of the people think that this is the path of life. But the path of life, it is what's going on inside of you. And the current astrology events create something very special of it. So here is the first chart. So this is about today. As you see it today, we have this. This is the part of the magnetic field that we all living into. The magnetic field represents the nature, the environment of what is going on. For those who are not awakened, they kind of like sense the stuff and something happens in life. Those though who are awakened as a personality and they are living and they are working with the energies, this thing it's very kind of like a critical of what's going on in the sky. So here I wanted to begin. We're gonna begin from Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, but the goddess of love is inside of the cardinal sign of Cancer, which is family. And a lot of the people, they have two things inside of them. They have a feminine energy and they have a masculine energy, which is Mars. So as far as the energy goes on right now, it's the feminine energy inside of you. It's opposing all those guys down here. They are all retrograde. This is Jupiter, this is Pluto, that's Saturn, and the moon is going to join him tonight of it. So all this opposition right here is talking about I want to have my material stuff. I want to provide for my family. I want to take care of for the family. Not worry about my professional side. I will have a conflict inside of me about the professional and about my side of the family. As you see it here, this opposition here, it's very powerful. And that's a lot of the people feel these tensions that's coming up. So inside of the person right now, there is this conflict to the listen the inner world of the soul, or to listen at what the material is, the material part of what's going on. At the same time, though, the Venus is squaring Mars. Mars is in Aries. I am the warrior. And the eternal fight of inside of you between you to take it soft, you can take it the hard way, which is Mars is. It is about this internal fight between your masculine and the feminine energy. As you see it, Mars is also squaring Saturn and Pluto. So this internal conflict will be going on until September 14. So it won't be go away pretty soon. And it's got a lot to do with the things that I was just talking to you earlier. If you go ahead and see your inner world, which is in the site with Venus, you can go ahead and use the internal visions that it provide from Neptune, who is a retrograde, and Pisces, which is about visions within the spirituality. So if you use the Venus energy that goes in and see these visions, you will go ahead and have the spirituality part when you're going to create the balance between the family and your professional part of inside of you. At the same time, though, Venus can go ahead through the Mercury, which is this communications. Through the communications part, you can go ahead and connect again with Jupiter, who is about to go ahead pretty soon, kind of like stop. He's going to be stop being a retrograde, and he's going to move forward. Very important year we have coming up, because Jupiter is going back home in Aquarius. That means the age of Aquarius is going to increase into incredible levels. But what's going to happen down in the year, we are going to find out that Saturn and Jupiter, they both gonna cross over to Aquarius pretty much in the same time. So what's going on with this, though? Why I'm telling you this is that your internal problems of yourself inside of you, they're gonna become of that inner fight between the outer self and the inner self inside of you. Now, since this energy is inside of you, you begin to have these problems with the people outside of you. So if you feel angry and if you feel nauseous or anxious and so on, you will have this crazy energy of those red lines right here that's gonna drive you nuts until you don't understand that you have to shift your life instead of acting of the ego based of this society culture to have things, to work from your inner self to it's like, okay, I'll see the site, I'll see the stuff, I'll see what's going on, I will wait for it. Maybe the person has a problems, maybe the person has some issues, maybe I need to calm down. So what's going to happen over the time, though, as you see, we are going to have this moon energize here, this visions, and that will be on September 3rd. Those visions those visions right here, as you see it, is gonna have totally an oppositions of what's going on. So this is September 3rd. We are still going to have this internal fights. We're still going to have these situations between the energies, but we also is going to be increased. So you can pick the choice to use the communications and the visions that you have in the soul and to use your inner world and live in your truth into the reality, or live into the face mask and fight for everything that you think you should have. So on a September 10th, what's going to happen is we are going to still have this energy craziness. As you see, it still goes on. The only thing right now, which is Venus and Saturn are the one who are connected. Mars is still connected to Pluto and Saturn. The only one difference is Mars is going retrograde. That is the time where the masculine part will realize that with force, nothing happens in life. You can't force anything. You can't force people to love you. You can't force someone to buy stuff for you. You can't force your boss to like you. You can't force the persons that you're next to you to do the things for you. That is going to be the internal part inside of you that you're going to look right now. What did I did wrong? What did I messed up? At this time, Venus is going to be moved into Leo. And this is the time where the female side of you is going to be, I'm the queen, you have to serve to me. Well, this is going to be the time where the queen have to understand that there is a difference between you to be the queen and provide for the people of what you are expect you to be as a queen, not to be a dictator. And the people have a tendency to dictate to others, to dictate to, hey, bring me this. Hey, did you cut the grass? Hey, did you go out and got this from the store? What did you do? Like everyone is a servant to you. This is a time when that's gonna be triggered inside of you of what do you do, and the eternal fight of looking in the soul and creating a guilt about this. A lot of the people is gonna begin to face it. You're gonna face it first, this problem inside of yourself, but then you're probably gonna face it within the relationships. And when you face it within the relationships, you're going to look for kind of like a conflicts, just so you can resolve it. But in order you to resolve the conflict, as you see, Venus is still connected so much with Mercury, who is in Libra, where the relationships are. So to continue going on with this, as you see it, it's gonna be something very important happening actually. This is gonna be on September 13th. That is gonna be when the moon is gonna be approaching Venus. So when the moon is approaching Venus, it's gonna face that energy of focus of that conflict about the female part of who you are as a queen or king. It depends on how you feel like it, but that rule comes in. But as soon as the moon comes in and joins Venus, something's very good's gonna be happening. That inner fight between Venus and Mars, right here. will stop. It's not gonna be here anymore. Why? Because finally Mars decide to listen to its soul. In other words, you as a person is gonna be looking inside of yourself, and you will decide to become this wise person. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this is helping you out. I hope you understand that the realities that you're going to live within you, with the reality of the other things that you think are right, it might help you to have a better life. So thank you so much guys for watching the video, and be loved.